Hello and welcome back to the Villa Filler podcast. I'm here as always with my good friend Dan Wiseman. Dan, Carney Chukwuemeka has joined Chelsea. I can't quite believe
what is going on.
What's going on, mate? How are you doing, first of all?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Let's start things off on a lighter note, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm good. I've been really enjoying the Commonwealths. I'm straight in. I've dived headfirst into the Commonwealths. Absolutely loving it.
Love it.
I was watching Garden Bowls at 8:30 in the morning this morning.
That's a great tweet,
honestly,
mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you.
Great tweet.
I was having a blast. I was having an absolute blast. I've been really enjoying it. And today, I got literally just before we came on air, I've solved Villa's transfer business for here and all eternity, basically. I've taken it from the world of Formula One, right? You're really going to like this. So basically, Fernando Alonso left Alpine, for all you Formula One fans out there. So he's everyone is aware of Fernando Alonso, right? So he's left his Formula One team. He's gone to Aston Martin. And today, Alpine announced their new driver, this kid who's been racing in Formula 2 called Oscar Piastri. There's a big song and dance. He's come through their drivers' academy. It's all very good. Everyone, no surprise to many people. He's super talented though. Loads of teams wanted him, but he signed with Alpine. Until about 45 minutes ago, Oscar Piastri logs into his socials and he's like, "What? No, I haven't." So he's tweeted "No, I haven't. I haven't joined Alpine." And Alpine are like, yeah. I think you've definitely joined Alpine. So I think we should now take this approach, right? I think we should just be like, Aston Villa are delighted to announce the signing of Lionel Messi for an undisclosed fee. And then Lionel Messi's and then basically you just enter a war of attrition until basically I think he collapses, goes, "All right, yeah, I'll join the Villa." And then, I think it's a great way to do it. Honestly, this is a saga that I'm so willing to. So, don't worry, we don't need to sort out Chukwuemeka's replacement because we can just announce that we've signed Thiago or whoever we want to play.
How it works.
And then he'll come eventually, I think. So that seems to be how it's done nowadays, doing deals in the world of professional sport. So as we get into this Chukwuemeka deal, don't worry, lads, it's sorted.
And that's on manifestation. Really
yes, 100%.
I don't know if I'm a fan of Buendia giving up the 10 for Messi though, mate. So that's something that we'll have to obviously. I'm sure that they.
Come on, he's got to know. There's a pecking order, right? There's a pecking order.
We don't have we do have a 30. Courtney Hawes. I'm not a fan of him giving up his number either.
Yeah,
mate, sorry, Liam.
Sorry.
But we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go for someone else. We're gonna have to. We didn't
100%.
think this through. But do you know what? I'm sure they could do the same thing about the numbers on Twitter. Lionel Messi could be coming I'm going to be number 10.
Yes.
And then him and Buendia just having it out.
Yeah. Scandals within scandals, mate. That's
what it is. But speaking of scandals, mate, it's finally over. I'm glad, for one, that this saga has come to an end. Carney Chukwuemeka has ended up at Chelsea, of all places, AC Milan, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, to name a few of the clubs that were reportedly after this guy. Clearly a very talented footballer, but owned by an even more talented agent. What a job this guy has done, and what a job, to be fair, Christian Perslow and Johan Lange have done to get the reported £20 million, which is what Phil McNutley is saying this deal is worth and will rise up to. This feels like almost the perfect ending. And listen, Carney, I think if he'd have gone anywhere else, it would have been a bit more difficult to take. And I've seen so many people say, enjoy your time at Vitesse, and it's all funny, Chelsea and all these loan players, and they always, none of them ever make it. And the likelihood is Carney won't either. So I think, we'll kind of have the last laugh there in that regard, potentially. But it's better than him going to Barcelona, who have absolutely no money. And even like Dortmund, because he'd thrive at a Dortmund. So I'm glad that's not happened, and we've managed to get some money for a guy who, I believe, had he left in January, there's just compensation that would be involved, which is around £400,000. We've played a blinder here, mate.
Yeah, I will be honest with you, and I'm sorry to the listeners of this podcast, but I don't understand this. I really don't get it at all. I would really like to provide some insight and analysis as to why this is a good deal, but I just don't get it. Why have Chelsea signed him when, as you say, they can get him down the road for free in 6 months? Not for compensation. You can get him for free in 11 months, but you can get him in 5 months. You can get him for for less than £500,000. I don't understand why they paid between 15 and 20 million for him. It's somewhere in that range. I don't really understand. I get why he's gone there. And look, I wish him all the best. And like, look, I'm not gonna one thing I don't want like us to get caught up in with as a fan base is like abusing like this 18-year-old kid. Like that's what I know it feels like he's sort of acting in a very sort of adult way and forcing a move, and like it's a very sort of big boy thing to do. But he is still like an 18-year-old kid. So like, let's go easy on the guy.
Hold up the snake emojis. This isn't Jack
exactly. Exactly.
Fabian
I don't want to see any balloons in the Holte. This isn't Fabian Delph again.
No.
So it's like I don't get it. Obviously, there is the appeal of going to Cobham and like obviously that they have a very storied academy, one of the best in the country. Not many people are going to deny them that. But he will. It seems be loaned out. You imagine that is the next step. And that's what I don't get. I thought this for him, as I've said on this podcast before, was about avoiding a loan. He didn't seem the kind of guy that would want to go and forge his craft at a championship or a League One club. And that's why I thought he was looking at like Barcelona, because I'm like, oh, okay. Or if you go to Barcelona or like a Dortmund, as you say, mate, there's more of a pathway there, and there's less sort of loans, and they get more opportunities in the first team setup, etc., etc. But it's like Chelsea, unless they loan him abroad, which I'm guessing is, I just don't understand like why he's made that move. There's less. How many? Genuinely, I was thinking this, like how many academy players are now actually playing for Chelsea that have come through or even been brought into their academy that are like getting regular first team minutes? It's like Mason Mount.
James, when he's not injured.
Reece James.
That's it.
That is it. That is like Lukaku in a sort of confangled way, but obviously he's gone again. So he's one that's sort of been having it recently. But it's like, it doesn't happen. Like, at least if you went to one of these like clubs abroad, it would like, honestly, if I woke up, if I opened my phone today and I saw he gone to Ajax, I'd be like, get it. Totally get it. Like that's cool with me. As a great development league, they give opportunities to like, you're going to get the minutes, blast, have a good one. But I don't get it, mate. So look, I wish him all the best. I genuinely do. Like, because as I said, he's an 18-year-old kid, and like this is a big deal for him. And I'm not going to say like, oh, I hope he does shit and I hope we never see him again, because like, he's a kid. But at the same time, I don't understand.
No. It's confusing. And I think, there's a couple of positions this guy can play. If we just go broad and say midfield, there's about 6 players probably that are ahead of him at Chelsea. You've got Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante, Ross Barkley's even there, Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. These are all players who start ahead of Carney Chukwuemeka in the midfield. But then if you want to go for one of the sort of inside forwards, that Chelsea play, Mason Mount, Raheem Sterling, Kai Havertz, I guess he's a number 9, but he's played on the wings too. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's sat on about 150k a week, by the way, not to play at Chelsea. Pulisic, the Hakim Ziyech. The list is endless. It is endless. And I think it's a bit of a baffling one. But I think at the end of the day, mate, we've just got to firm it. We've got 20 mil from a player who has registered like 1 assist in any of his appearances for the first team. Like, I ain't losing sleep over this one, mate. I'm really not. It's clear as day. It's clear as day that this guy has the potential to go to the top. But at the end of the day, a talented 18-year-old with a bad attitude is just an 18-year-old with a bad attitude. They don't always make it, and that's the important thing not for us to remember, but for Carney to remember. And I'm not going to sit here and label him as a bad egg or whatever, because I've alluded many a time to the fact that it's clear it's agent play. He will have the final say. That's of course apparent, but he will have been advised in the same way Jack Grealish was advised by his agent, and the same way all football players are advised by their agents to go where the bag is. But what we've seen from Carney, and we can only judge, mate. The eye test is superior. We love to do the stats. We love to do the analysis, mate. The eye test is superior. Nothing Carney Chukwuemeka has done for Aston Villa's first team has warranted whatever pay packet he's going to get at Chelsea. And that is the top and bottom of it. and we got 20 million, which, by the way, being an academy player is pure profit FFP wise. That will go on the accounts. 120 million over 2 seasons for 2 academy lads. Just let that sink in.
It's not bad.
That's a fifth of Jack Grealish's fee. Carney Chukwuemeka. So
very good point, mate.
At the end of the day, wash my hands of the situation. It's over. I wish him the best, mate. To be perfectly honest, I'm a bit annoyed, but also at 20 mil, mate, that's going to allow us to go and spend some more money. And at the end of the day, there's less distractions and objects in the way for players who do genuinely want to play for the club, like Aaron, JJ obviously as well, Tim, Cam. These guys know that there's an opportunity there. And I think we could kind of tell the interview Stevie gave in Australia, he was sick to death of this. He did not want to talk about him whatsoever. But I think we can all be happy and rest easy tonight knowing that we've got £20 million for an 18-year-old who is at the moment, and this is important, guys, at the moment, pretty fucking average.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm just like, I didn't see this destination coming. Obviously, he is one of England's sort of better teenagers, but what I don't get, mate, what I don't get more than anything is like I look at his performance at the under-19 Euros, which obviously England won, and he was integral in that. But you know who else was? Harvey Vale. And he's like right
he's
there.
He's
like right there at Chelsea, like this creative midfielder that went and bossed it for England, that played in. I think he was captain, actually, Harvey Vale. He's there. He's in Chelsea's academy. He's in your under-23s. Like, oh man, I really, the more I try and think into this transfer, the more it frazzles me. But hey, I'm not. It's weird to say this, right? Because I can't imagine a way that it's not the case, but the finances like weird me out. Like, I don't know why they would pay this now. Like, unless they think the next 6 months of Carney Chukwuemeka's career are like so integral and so be all and end all to him either becoming a first team player at Chelsea or them flipping him for a profit down the line, that they feel they have to spend, £15 million more than they would do in January. I don't know why they would do it, to be honest with you, especially when, look, I know Chelsea aren't having the best transfer window right now and everything feels a little bit scattergun, and obviously they've missed out on a lot of their targets, but that sort of plays into it, like why you would then go and if clubs know you're desperate, you're going to have to pay over the odds for players. Spending 20 million on an 18-year-old feels a lot like a luxury signing at the time where they need like real crucial first team important signings. And so honestly, mate, it just frazzles me. But look, as I said, good luck to him. It's a shame, but we have this. If I'm going to flip it on a positive, Villa, as you say, mate, great for the finances. This, honestly, the only club that I can remember pulling a stunt like this is Liverpool, with Dom Solanke and Jordan Ibe and Ryan Brewster, who have played like minimal to no first team minutes and been like Ryan Brewster. I don't think he'd not played or not scored for Liverpool. I don't think he'd scored, and he got a £25 million move to Sheffield United. Like this is the same thing, man. This guy has not played a full 90. Yeah, exactly. And like that's really good signs for our academy, because that means we're entering a real esteemed bracket of academies around the country now, where clubs are willing to pay that because they trust that, okay, Villa know what they're doing. This kid is going to be the real deal. This is the first stumbling block we've had with our academy, really, since we had the revamp, and we really took it to another level. This is the first anomaly. This is the first sort of rogue talent that we've had that hasn't wanted to be a part of it. And we'd be very naive to sit here and say that there aren't going to be more. Like, obviously, when you're producing such a high volume of academy players, they're not all going to be good eggs. Unfortunately, that's the nature of football. And so this is the first one that sort of bucked the trend. But unhappy players aren't good for the football club. It's not a good look to sort of banish him and like have him out in the wings and like just building up a sort of mutual resentment, the club towards him and him towards the club. The best thing to do is to sell, to get him out the door, to wish him well. And just let bygones be bygones. I hope it. There is a part of me that hopes he becomes a what if, but I don't know. It's really hard to speak on his potential. But yeah, it is a confusing one, mate.
At the end of the day, mate, I think it can only be positive. And if he goes on to achieve things, then, you know, Caleb was better anyway.
6-year deal as well, mate. 6 years.
Yeah.
That's
really,
a long time.
Really tying themselves to him there. But I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy it's over, and I'm happy we've made some money. Because again, you know, some Villa fans seem to think we can get 100 million for selling bloody Wesley and El Ghazi. So, you know, his money's got to come in somewhere, doesn't it? So if it's Chukwuemeka rather than a McGinn or a Mings, then so be it. I'm fine with that. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subs have really slowed down, guys. The Villa filler is back. The season's back. There's going to be previews. There's going to be a live stream. There's going to be podcasts, guys. It's exciting. This is exciting. Subscribe.
100%.
Make sure you are on board for that journey with us. Up the Villa.